Sports Ball Talk, boys.
Indeed.
I want to jump right into the NHL
All right.
because I am a firm believer that the Carolina Canes watch the show now.
Well, they do seem to be a little fired up. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying they're the future champs now. I'm still going.
I was talking a little smack last episode. They got beat game 1. It was 6-2. It was like, these Canadians might be legit. And they're watching. They said, you know what, Sports Ball Talk? We're about to show you. And they came back with a vengeance.
For those athletes.
I'm just saying. I mean, right after that, they went back-to-back OT games with them, 3-2, and they were damn good games. I mean, I enjoyed the hockey I was watching, but then game 4 came along, and it was like, oh, they gave up.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up, and then game 5, and it was like, oh, okay. So the Knights.
Indeed.
But Coach Torts, man, I'll let you pick up your Knights. What do you got to say?
I mean, I got to say I'm fully 100% still on board.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Knights keep marching on as the number 1 hated team in the NHL.
That makes me love them more.
I know. I'm just going to keep...
I'm just, because like I've been talking about, I have not been a lifelong hockey fan, but watching them and, that's the team I'm picking.
I think more, I'm almost envious of that because, especially if it's something that you like get more and more into and stay with.
Yeah.
Because if you come into a time where you do have a significant change in a team, and a new coach is one of that, and you have
right.
Coach Torts comes in here and now they're on fire, so... Especially if it becomes a dynasty type thing.
I mean, that's a beautiful time to just happen to become a fan.
I know, right? But at least you're not like a bandwagon jumping or whatever that you're truly coming into, and this is what I'll take this thing.
I've just enjoyed it. And just
think how many Bulls fans probably didn't like basketball and came to start liking basketball when Michael Jordan happened to be there.
Yeah. That's an icon, though, too. Yeah, you know that guy? That guy? But, the Knights swept. That was beautiful. We kind of called that weeks and weeks. We knew that was happening. So we're definitely going full on. I'm going to go ahead and say right now there's no hockey been played yet, but I'm all 100% on Knights camp. I hope to see some good hockey. I don't want to see.
I don't think it'll be. I don't think there's any kind of sweep or anything crazy.
I
think we're
that.
about to see some good
fair.
stuff. So I'm excited for the hockey. We will see.
Yeah. Well, I think there's not much left to say. Let's go freaking Knights. How about that?
All right. So I think the next biggest thing from an American perspective is obviously are we going to end up with this young babyface team going all the way? We're going to end up with the alien coming in and dominating.
Cheat code.
Are we gonna come in with
I don't know, man. I don't want to cut right to the chase. I want it to be Spurs all the way.
I mean,
freaking Team Wimby using cheat codes all the time, just mashing all the buttons. That's what I want to see. And we've seen
his
that.
one finger touches all the buttons.
Hand controller disappear. He's just so freaking impressive, man. And he's been so fun to watch, and just all the press he's been getting, and seeing him off camera, and has a good demeanor to him.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. More off the court, he's got a much better presence than the overwhelming majority of NBA players I've seen. And I'm not trying to say that as a dig towards them. I'm saying that as a positive for Wemby, and we will leave it there.
Yeah, I'm not putting him up on MJ's pedestal or anything like that as far as, the following and all that. But I just...
Imagine if... No, I won't. Carry on.
But like I said, he's easy to like, and especially when he goes out and plays the way he does.
Yeah,
and just the mammoth of a man, just swish. It's just... To see him play all aspects of basketball so well. And be so freaking big doing it. It's fun to watch. So I want it to be Team Wimby. I want the Spurs to run all the way to the finals, have a freaking Game 7 in the finals, and they pick him up instead of him.
But the way you're talking is like you don't expect that to happen.
No, man, because I saw the same clips you did. And it's
What?
just
What are you trying to insinuate?
I would never. This is all just comedy, of course, but just
satire.
I just Brunson and the boys, they just seem untouchable and just OKC.
There was, we'll say one game in particular that it seemed like there was a bit of maybe some pushing and shoving and wasn't getting called. It just seemed like there might have been some bias.
I was watching football. Yeah, it was just, and then. No, this officiating is outstanding. It's so good. It's the best we've seen in ever. And I just, like I say, the writing's on the wall a lot. It's because I feel like it is. I feel like we're destined for the shiny final of the Knicks and OKC, and however that's going to pan out, whether it's a 4-game, 5-game, 6-game, however it's going to do its thing.
I will say, I was trying to think of a PC, the best way to say this about the Knicks earlier, but I have seen a lot of trending stuff in regards to the Knicks fan base where, and it gets more and more outlandish, like, my wife left me, she was cheating with my best friend, my house burned down, my dog died, they're going through all this, but the Knicks made it, and then people going crazy, and then all that stuff. So I at least, the man on the street level fan support for the Knicks,
I do
enjoy, but I also know so many celebrities that are Knicks fans that it makes me just never want them to succeed or win,
Well, I mean, it's been since '99 since they've been in the finals. So to be fair, it's been a long freaking time for them.
Yeah,
it's like my Cowboys. It's been a long time since they've been to the big show.
I will say, growing up, the Knicks were always the team, and this is just for my time frame, because just as I'm truly starting to understand basketball or pay broader attention to professional sports or whatnot as a whole, is, like you said, is going to be right at that time where because they dropped off fairly quickly. It wasn't that like a team fading out. It was the Knicks in about a 2-3 year time period went from being the Knicks to the Nets. Is that the other team, right? It's the Nets, right?
Oh, yeah.
The Nets.
Yeah.
No, the Ticks.
What? The who?
Knicks.
I
Knicks.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, I don't know. I if that's the final we get, I'm going to be less interested. That's just me. But, you can always...
I'm 100% with you.
You can always just, maybe
But well, every time I got to put some tinfoil on the head, right? Yeah. I think that, yes, there has been some blatant scripting, and that's already been disclosed, and there's lots of legal stuff ongoing now, so that is what it is, and people have been saying what they've been saying for a long time. If we're accepting that frame of reference, wouldn't it make sense to make this so blatant where you're like, oh, well, this is the better team, but clearly this one's going to win, so you bet on that one. So in the end, the money is made, and the Spurs move on, because it doesn't matter to me, in charge of this sports book, who wins. I just want me to win in the end with the money.
Vegas always wins.
That's what I'm saying. The house. America is the house. And so can you.
Final! Look at the emotion from Wemby. Unbelievable. This is what you want to see. A young team growing up on the biggest stage. Look how his teammates.
Well, let's, I don't want to beat that horse to death. Let's,
if we want to go from that, I'm going to move on here and talk about another sport. You might have heard of it, baseball.
Never.
Now, there's a guy named Jason Gonzalez.
Yep.
You might remember that name, or maybe you watched it. It might trigger a little something in member berries. 2023 Ole Miss standout player there, took him all the way. Big guy. Picked up right away when they drafted him, as it were. And now he's being called up out of the minors because in the month of May alone, he'd hit 19 homers. This dude's out here hitting dingers, folks.
Oh,
dingers.
Hold on. You just...
The dinger kid?
You remember him from the Kid World Series?
Bro, that's one of those clips that it's got to be iconic. You know?
I
Where's
wonder
he
what
now?
happened to him. I was about to say, I wonder what happened to him. It's like, because I remember him going viral. God, what's his real name? I can't even remember his real name. He'd introduce himself, and then he'd say, and I hit dingers.
Oh, man,
that's
I'm
going to burn me up. I'm going to have to look him up.
I'm too busy looking, trying to think. I think he's playing college ball now, or at least some like...
You guys watch out. We're going to have more about that dinger kid.
Yeah, you're...
We will see if he's still hitting dingers.
So check out the short, folks, that he's made.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tangent you out of that, man.
No, I was just going to say, White Sox pulled him up there, and now he's... What a cool moment for any athlete, especially, like, baseball is a pipeline. Like, a lot of people don't really think about it like that, but it is a pipeline.
From farm to table, as it were.
And you got to think just the percentage of people that do T-ball, the percentage of people, and each level, you're weeding out.
I mean,
So
football's the same way.
Well, I would almost argue there's even more levels in baseball that you're going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
So when you're at that final thing, it's almost like it's even more exclusive just because you've been through more hoops. But point being, you get that final call, and you are going to the show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
big time.
They made a video game that was literally just called that, right?
I
the show.
I played that one. Yeah.
So, what a great moment. Shout out, obviously, SEC boy, represent the SEC. Ole Miss, you might be familiar with them from Mr. Kiffin.
No,
he had
never
some
heard of them.
stuff or whatever
Never
there.
heard of them. No.
I will say LSU is I don't know. We're doing some things. There's a lot more former professional athletes moving to all aspects of the LSU collegiate programs.
Like,
not
here's
just
the
football.
flame, and here is everybody getting. I mean, they are attracted like stink on crap. I tell you, dude. It's like every day there's a new former champion in the building.
Well, it's just this is an NBA player, and I've got 2 more years of eligibility. Yeah, sure, I'll go back and play some college ball again. Why not? Because
why not? Well, what about let's stick in the SEC, because I mean, Bama is getting a lot of attention because DeBoer. Nobody wants to say it, but Alabama fans have a less than tolerable demeanor about them when it comes to winning football at this point. They were spoiled for a couple of decades. I don't know if you've heard of the program, the coach that used to be there.
I didn't know Alabama had a football team.
Yeah, people just refer to him as coach. Or Papa Saban, just depends on what circle you run in. But DeBoer is getting a little heavy eyeballs. He's been there for a while. He hasn't done poorly, but we haven't won anything really. So they're starting to look at that, and there
is a certain, especially this day and age with like Signetti, there's a certain almost standard expected. I mean, let's look at Auburn.
Yep.
Check out our short, folks. I think that's what we're seeing. Especially, I'm calling this fall, if Auburn does better than Alabama, he's gone. There is no justifiable way that a fan base as rabid as the Crimson Tides will allow themselves to go under a coach's tenure from Saban to Auburn is dominating us once again.
Yeah, I lived through all that. I don't know if you know, I'm a Bama fan, so I've got a little bit of a dog in this fight. But to be honest, I don't know if you're off base there, because I like Golesh. I think he's a good coach. Do I think he's the best fit for Auburn and he's the next coming or anything
Florida,
like that?
You know, I've followed. That's
yeah. No. We've had them in a couple episodes. We've talked
hold
about USF.
But as our short said, speaking of followed, a couple players followed him. So you're not just looking at the coaching aspect.
14, yeah.
You're looking at, hey, this is one of the best, some might argue, well, not some might argue, the stats say, one of the best offenses. And I brought that with me.
Yeah, and now we have Auburn money. Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
That's why I won't say I'm not terrified, but it's going to be interesting to watch what happens at Auburn, because they've had just a revolving door of coaches that didn't pan out, and they had to get paid. I mean, how many? They're paying 4 or 5 coaches right now still, on top of Golesh's new money. So
let's crunch the numbers and let's make a short concerning that. How much money across the board is being paid to coaches that are not coaching?
Right, they're literally on the couch.
And I'm not
or
talking about
OC
just from
somewhere.
Auburn. I'm talking about like NCAA.
Texas A&M's up there too. LSU.
I think we're at like global, like country, national economy level. You know what I'm saying?
Entire
Like
GDP.
Like we might be.
I mean, you're not the whole country worth of money. Yeah.
It's getting obnoxious.
I mean, it just makes you wonder where is it coming from? I mean, how deep are these pockets that are backing these? Yeah, it's just crazy. But anyway, it's concerning for a Bama fan. You know, Golesh is good. I like him. I think he did well down there. I watched his offense last year. We talked about him a lot in our lives. Solid.
DeBoer.
I mean, we literally just dropped a short on him in about just bringing in a culture, trying to change things quickly, everybody buying in. And it's not even just about all the players. It's about everybody buying in the locker room. Everybody trusting what I'm talking about. Do what I told you to do.
Which, to be fair, regardless of the plan, you've got to have everybody on board with the plan. Or the plan fails, right? No matter what.
Absolutely.
No matter how good of a plan, A, B, and C all do their parts. Well, C decides they're not going to do their part. Plan no longer works, you know? Carry on. Let's get. Come on, I wasn't trying to get you down with the alphabet.
But it's facts, though, man. I mean, the old adage that you're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain. I mean, that's true because everybody's got to be on board with what we're doing. And you can take a team like Indiana.
You make a commitment. You're part of a team. You commit to the team. You're giving the team your all.
Yes. I mean, look at what Ole Miss did with LSU and just Kiffin's exit and how everything happened. They still played hard. You know, they still played hard. They still wanted to go out there and compete, because everybody was still bought into what they were doing. And that was refreshing to see that they didn't just go, oh, my coach is gone, I'm out. I'm going to go out here and lose their, you know. It's
but on that same token, why, as a Lane Kiffin, like, why would I not continue? But if you ask that question, the only logical answer is because you've reached whatever number you were waiting on to get this and put your name on the dotted line and say, yeah, I'm going to sign. And you can only hurt that from this point. Yeah. You can only go out there and make some sort of mistake, do something to make that where they cannot justify that anymore. So if you delay it, it goes away. So I see that, and I don't like that, and that is what definitely knocked off more points for me out of the Lane Kiffin thing. Plus, you know, all the we'll say sliding in the DMs all over the place there. I mean, you know, at least Coach O was fun about it, you know?
I mean, he's going to have a harem of just... I won't go there. I think it's a good spot to tie it up. Thanks for watching, folks.